Hằng Nga ước gì Hằng Nga qua đây sớm hơn để có thể tham gia cùng với các bạn luôn.
Thôi, Cội không dám với Hằng Nga vô show đâu.
Ủa sao kỳ vậy? Cội không nhớ hồi xưa ở trên cung trăng hả? Hằng Nga múa hát biết bao nhiêu là thần tiên tới xem luôn á.
Nhưng mà cái đó là Hằng Nga múa lụa trên cung trăng nó khác chứ, xuống Trần gian mà Hằng Nga múa lụa Cội cứ sợ dưới ta cho mình ăn cà chua á.
Trời ơi Cội ơi, sao Cội nói Hằng Nga vậy? Giờ Hằng Nga đố lại cho Cội không biết trả lời luôn nè. Đố Cội, trong đêm diễn của chúng ta ngày hôm nay đã mời được bao nhiêu nhà tài trợ?
Hằng Nga đố dễ quá à. Cội làm host mà sao Cội không biết được. Đêm diễn tối nay của chúng ta đó đã nhận được sự tài trợ từ trường đại học Queensland và của công ty tư vấn du học IE đó các bạn.
Our event tonight has received the support from the University of Queensland and as the leading sponsor and the IAE company as the main sponsor.
Now we are delighted to welcome Professor Alan Lawson, the Pro-Vice Chancellor, Chair of the Vietnam Strategy Group from the Queensland University, to go on stage and give the opening speech for the event tonight.
Xin chúng ta hãy dành một tràng vỗ tay cho thầy Lawson bước lên sân khấu.
I'd like to welcome you all to the University of Queensland. You've already had a lot of good fun, so it's a bit late to be welcoming you here. But I want to tell you a couple of things about my personal relationship to Vietnam. The first time I went to Vietnam was 1999, and I worked out this afternoon that I've visited Vietnam more than any other country in the world. And because I'm going back with some of my colleagues in October, that record will continue to stand for a long time. I would also like to remember tonight the very first Vietnam Students' Festival that was held in 2005, also on this campus. And I want to remember the man who played the piano that night, Nguyen Ton Nguyen. And unfortunately, last year we heard that Nguyen Ton Nguyen had died. But he gave us all a great deal of pleasure at the very first Vietnam Students' Festival. We've got about 350 Vietnamese students studying at the University of Queensland at the moment. We think we have probably about 800 of our graduates living back in Vietnam. And there's something very special about our graduates, and that is that they grow in number. Because when Vietnamese students come to the University of Queensland, and I think it's true at both Griffith University and QUT, one of the things they do is to meet other Vietnamese students. And when they meet other Vietnamese students, they form very close friendships. And when they go back to Vietnam, they get married. Some of them don't wait till they get back to Vietnam. And so when we first started bringing Vietnamese students to Australia, we expected that we would make a big contribution to Vietnam-Australia friendship. But I think we've made an even bigger contribution to Vietnam-Vietnam friendship. When I go back to Vietnam in October, several of those Vietnamese students who met their husbands and wives in Brisbane are going to show off their babies. I hope your time in Brisbane is at least as successful as theirs. And I think the Mid-Autumn Moon Festival is a very good time to meet other Vietnamese students from other parts of Vietnam and from other parts of Brisbane. So enjoy the festival tonight, and thanks for inviting me to share it.
Thank you, Professor. That's really interesting information you just shared with us, especially about the marriage thing. We would like to ask you to remain and stay with us for a while.
And now we would like to invite Đoàn Đắc Đức from the IAE company, our main sponsor, to go on stage. We have prepared presents for all of you guys.
The representative of the Brisbane Vietnam Student Association and UQ Student Vietnamese Student Association going to go on stage and give presents to our sponsors.
Và đại diện của Hội sinh viên Brisbane và Hội sinh viên UQ sẽ lên trao tặng quà cho hai nhà tài trợ